Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys press to replace Dak Prescott with 39 TDQB. The Dallas Cowboys could consider replacing Dak Prescott with a surprising option. While the Cowboys will enter the 2024 season with Dak Prescott as its starting quarterback, the future beyond that is uncertain. That is because while Dallas has publicly supported the idea of Prescott as its longtime franchise quarterback, they won't be signing him to a contract extension at the current moment. With the Cowboys' future at quarterback beyond 2024 ? Former general manager and current ESPN NFL analyst Mike Tannenbaum suggests that Dallas select University of Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. in the 2024 NFL Draft. Tannenbaum makes the comparison to when the Green Bay Packers selected Jordan Love when they still had Aaron Rodgers and the Baltimore Ravens selecting Lamar Jackson when they had Joe Flacco. Tannenbaum discussed the scenario while appearing on ESPN's Get Up on Friday, March 29. "This is about taking advantage of an opportunity," Tannenbaum said. "Brett Favre was in the prime of his career when Aaron Rodgers fell, and they took him. Now, the difference with Jordan Love, they gave up a fourth-round pick and moved up. Joe Flacco was in the prime of his career, Baltimore moved up, and look how that worked out with Lamar Jackson. That's what great organizations do. They take advantage of opportunities, and all I'm saying is I think that Dak Prescott's better, but I'm hard-pressed to say that any of us think that he's $52 million per year better than Penix. Penix would obviously be selected with the intention of making him Prescott's eventual successor, possibly as soon as the 2025 season. If the Cowboys are to make a move for Penix, it would likely have to be in the first round. Dallas currently holds the 24th overall pick in the draft, while Penix is quickly moving up mock draft boards. The 23-year-old quarterback had a sensational performance at the Combine and followed that up with a strong showing at his pro day, registering a surprising 4.51 40-yard dash showing. He also had a 36.5-inch vertical jump, which would have ranked first among quarterbacks who participated at the NFL Combine. Penix, a prolific starter at Washington who finished runner-up in Heisman Trophy voting and led the Huskies to the national championship game, isn't exactly known for his athleticism. While he combined for 39 total touchdowns during his senior season at Washington, he registered just 8 rushing yards and suffered 2 torn ACL injuries during his collegiate career. "I just wanted to show that I'm athletic and I can do it with my legs if I have to," Penix said at his pro day. It's clear that Penix's stock is quickly rising and he may be drafted in the early half of the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. In fact, NFL Network's Charles Davis has Penix going with the number 16 pick to the Seattle Seahawks. That means the Cowboys may have to trade up if they're going to select Penix. It remains to be seen where Penix will land in the draft, but it's clear that Dallas has to have a contingency plan considering this could very well be Prescott's last year in Dallas. While the Cowboys have Trey Lance on the roster, he's entering the final year of his rookie contract and is largely an unproven commodity, having started just 4 games in his NFL career and starting just 1 full season at an FCS program such as North Dakota State. Longtime veteran Cooper Rush is also on the roster, but he projects better as a backup rather than as a starter. Going with Penix in the latter half of the first round could be the insurance plan that the Cowboys need at quarterback. Dallas Cowboys, should they draft a quarterback in the 2024 NFL Draft? The Dallas Cowboys own the 24th overall selection in the 2024 NFL Draft. Dallas has not made a ton of moves on the NFL free agent market this offseason. The Cowboys have also been making noise in the media because quarterback Dak Prescott is entering the final year of his contract, and we'll see if Dallas gives him a contract extension or not. Prescott is 30 years old and Dallas has not reached the NFC Championship game, let alone won a Super Bowl in over 20 years. Dak Prescott may have reached his ceiling with this franchise, and the Cowboys may want to go in a different direction after this season. Additionally, the only reliable wide receiver that Dallas had last season was CeeDee Lamb. Prescott was the 135th overall selection, fourth-round selection, in the 2016 NFL Draft by the Cowboys out of Mississippi State. He took over for Tony Romo right away because the incumbent veteran was dealing with an injury. Prescott has had a very good career for a fourth-round selection, but he has faced a lot of criticism from the media. Dallas is not going to be bad enough next season where they are going to have a top 10 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Cowboys are going to compete for an NFC East title and, should they move off from Prescott, Cooper Rush is not the long-term answer at the quarterback position. Dallas should draft Michael Penix Jr. in the first round if he is still available, 24th overall, from Washington. If not, then the Cowboys should draft an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. They also need help at wide receiver and running back. They have the 56th overall pick in the second round and the 87th overall pick in the third round of the 2024 NFL Draft. With one of those two selections, they should use a quarterback. Michael Pratt from Tulane or Spencer Rattler from South Carolina could be two names to watch for. It would be malpractice by the Dallas Cowboys if they don't prepare for a potential life without Dak Prescott after next season. Owner Jerry Jones is going to face a lot of questions from the media about whether or not they are going to take a quarterback in the 2024 NFL Draft. Prescott may get a lot of money on the open market after next season from another team. Cowboys projected to add WR with one of the best in the league potential. The Dallas Cowboys have struggled to find an adequate replacement for Amari Cooper since trading the star receiver to the Cleveland Browns, and are staring down the barrel at a costly CeeDee Lamb extension, which could impact how the franchise views the future of the position. Dallas has largely sat out the top of the free agent market. As a result of failing to make marquee additions to the roster so far this offseason, the Cowboys have much riding on the line during the 2024 NFL Draft. Especially when it comes to ensuring Dak Prescott, or whoever the quarterback of the future is beyond 2024, has a supporting cast of playmakers. In Pro Football Focus latest mock draft, the Cowboys add University of Texas wide receiver A.D. Mitchell with the number 24 overall pick. The Cowboys aren't favored to take a wide receiver with this pick, Arjun Menon writes for PFF. But, Michael Gallup's release opens up the WR3 spot, which they fill with Adoni Mitchell here. With CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks not under contract in 2025, Mitchell could be a secondary weapon in 2024 before taking on a larger role down the road. Mitchell, 6'4" and 196 pounds, flashed playmaking ability during his career in Austin, finishing the 2023 season with 55 catches for 845 yards and 11 touchdowns, while averaging 15.4 yards per reception. If he can play every game like he played the Alabama game, an AFC scouting director told NFL.com, he'll be one of the best receivers in the league. They have first-round corners and he gave them problems. Selecting Mitchell in the first round would be a bit of a surprise for the Cowboys, especially given the hole created at offensive tackle by Tyron Smith's departure and significant uncertainty at running back now that Tony Pollard is a Tennessee Titan. However, betting on Mitchell's talent would be a big bet on future production and the ability to attack opposing defenses vertically this upcoming season. Ascending prospect with size, speed and ball skills to become a very good NFL receiver, Lance Zierlein writes of Mitchell, for NFL.com. But, he's still in the process of bridging those traits. Mitchell can beat press and has the speed to take the battle to the third level, but he's still learning the art of bullying the catch space in tight quarters and jump ball battles. He's not always a natural hands catcher, but his ability to snare balls outside his frame is top-notch. During his 3 collegiate seasons, spending his first 2 at the University of Georgia prior to transferring to Texas in 2023, Mitchell caught 93 passes for 1,405 yards and 17 touchdowns. Pro Football Focus points out that Mitchell posted a 16-yard depth of target, while producing 302 deep yards in 2023, garnering a 71.9 overall grade from the outlet. the Cowboys could turn to a familiar face to fill the void at running back, or at least to play a part in a backfield committee. According to a report from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, there is mutual interest between the Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott for a reunion ahead of the 2024 campaign. Elliott could come on the cheap but is coming off a strong finish to the 2023 season as he rushed for 642 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, Malik Davis, and Snoop Conner are the only running backs currently on the Cowboys roster. At a minimum, Elliott would add some veteran experience and a legitimate short yardage and goal line option. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Adoni Mitchell? Leave your opinion in the comments.